Imagine waking up one morning and losing everything. Your name, your family, your freedom. In a single day, you are tied with chains and pushed into a place where people look at you not as a human being, but as an object. A price is spoken over your head. Someone buys you. Someone owns you. Now ask yourself one question. Who did this? Was it one country? Was it one nation? Was it one race? Or was it something darker inside human beings themselves? For hundreds of years, one of the cruelest systems in human history existed openly. It was called the slave trade. It was not an accident. It was not a mistake. It was a planned system, created by people, protected by power, and driven by greed. Slavery was not just chains and whips. It was the complete destruction of a human life. A slave had no right to choose, no right to speak, and no right to belong to their own children. Their body worked, but their soul was slowly broken. Many people believe slavery happened only in America. That is not true. It happened across the world. Millions of Africans were taken from their homes and forced onto ships. European traders transported them across the Atlantic to work on plantations. At the same time, slave routes existed across North Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. This trade lasted for centuries. This is where the truth becomes uncomfortable. Slavery was not done by one group alone. Wherever there was power, slavery followed. European empires, Arab traders, local rulers, and wealthy elites all played roles. Even some African leaders sold prisoners to foreign traders. Most ordinary people were not the decision makers. Farmers, workers, and poor families were often victims themselves. The system was designed and controlled by those in power, far away from the suffering they caused. Now imagine the journey. Dark ships, no air, no space, people chained together for weeks. Many died from hunger, disease, or despair before reaching land. Those who survived arrived alive, but something inside them had already died. Slavery did not end quickly. It ended slowly after rebellions, wars, and countless deaths. Laws changed, but the pain remained. And even today, modern forms of slavery still exist, hidden under new names. This story is not meant to blame one country or one religion. It is meant to expose a truth about human behavior. When power becomes more important than humanity, slavery is born. And if we forget this history, we risk repeating it. Slavery did not disappear the day laws were changed. For the people who lived through it, the suffering did not end when chains were removed. The pain stayed in memories, in families, and in generations that came after. Many former slaves had no land, no money, and no protection. They were free only on paper. In reality, they were still controlled by fear, poverty, and discrimination. Freedom came too late and with too little support. Even after slavery was declared illegal, the mindset that allowed it to exist did not disappear. People had learned to see others as less than human. That idea did not vanish overnight. This is why it is dangerous to say slavery is only a story of the past. Today, slavery wears different clothes. It exists in forced labor, where people work long hours without pay. It exists in human trafficking, where men, women, and children are sold across borders. It exists in factories, farms, and hidden places where voices are silenced. The chains are no longer always visible, but they are still real. History teaches us something very uncomfortable. Slavery did not survive because people were ignorant. It survived because it was profitable. Too many people benefited, and too many others chose silence. Silence is powerful. When people stay quiet, systems of abuse grow stronger. This is why remembering slavery is not about guilt. It is about responsibility. Responsibility to recognize injustice. Responsibility to question power. Responsibility to speak when others are treated as less than human. There is another truth that must be said. Not all humans supported slavery. At every stage of history, there were people who resisted. Enslaved people fought back. Some escaped. Some rebelled. Some kept their culture alive through songs, stories, and faith. Abolitionists risked their lives to end the system. Ordinary people helped others escape. These acts remind us that cruelty is not the only human nature. Courage exists too, but courage always costs something. Ending slavery required blood, sacrifice, and time. It required wars, uprisings, and endless suffering. That alone shows how deeply evil the system was. If slavery were natural, it would not have needed so much violence to maintain. The real lesson of slavery is not about the past. It is about the future. Whenever a group is called inferior, dangerous, or unworthy, the same road begins again. Whenever profit becomes more important than people, humanity is at risk. Slavery begins when empathy ends. This story is not told to create hatred. It is told to create awareness. Blaming one nation or one religion hides the real danger. The real danger is forgetting what humans are capable of doing to each other. If you are watching this video today, you are already part of the solution. Awareness breaks silence. Knowledge weakens lies. Remember the victims, not as numbers, but as people. People who loved, dreamed, and suffered. People whose voices were taken, but whose story still matters. History cannot be changed, but what we learn from it can change everything. If we choose humanity over power and truth over comfort, then slavery truly ends. Not in laws, but in hearts.